Hey guys, welcome back, and today I am doing another decluttering video. I'm going to try and get through foundations, powders, primers, and concealers. So this might be a long video. I'm just trying to cut them down. I don't want it to be a whole big production like it was last time. I'm trying to really cut down on things that I do not need / use. So first off, let's start off with concealers. So first off, I have this concealer palette from Wet n Wild. This is the Coverall concealer palette. Pete is moving. Pete is moving the camera. Aren't you, Peta? I was using this because I liked this yellow as a alternative to MAC's soft ochre, right? Soft ochre. I need to replace this, but I don't like it. It's dry. It needs to go. That's gonna get tossed. This is my 6 color Conceal and Correct in Light. I do like this. I do still use it. It's still in great condition. This is from BH Cosmetics, so I am gonna keep this. Peta Cat. This is the Eclipse palette from Coastal Scents. I did really like this, but it is super dried out right now and I wouldn't use this on anybody, so that's gonna get tossed as well. I'm sorry, Pete doesn't ever get pets, so he's having to pet himself against my ring light. Sorry, guys. This is the Master Camo palette from Maybelline. This is still in pretty good condition. Am I gonna use this over? I very rarely use these just because I do have dry skin. So generally I will use them to cover up blemishes, discoloration, things like that. So I think I'm gonna stick with my BH Cosmetics palette and get rid of this one. I did really like this and I did use it a whole bunch when I first got it, but just the more I get into knowing my skin, the more I know I will not use that. I had to adjust this a little bit. So right here in this compartment, I have an absolute ton of primers from Urban Decay and Lorac. They're my 2 favorite primers. I just keep them because I just give them out to friends and family and use them myself, so I'm going to keep those. This is my Soft Ochre Paint Pot from MAC. This is so dried out. This needs to go. This is like my favorite way to prime my eyes, but it needs to go. Oh! Peta just fell off the desk. He does not know how to cat. So I do need to replace this. I did hit pan on this, but it's old and needs to go, so that needs to be tossed out. This is an e.l.f. This is called the Concealer in Yellow. I used to love this underneath my eyes. It is really creamy. Actually, I think I'm gonna go hold on to this because this is one of those cream concealers that actually works on me because it is so creamy and it is not drying. So I'm gonna keep that. This is an old sample of the BB cream from MAC that is disgusting and needs to be thrown away. I don't even know why I still have that. This is the This is the Stila Stay All Day Concealer in Light. I like to cut my crease with this when I'm doing a more dramatic look, so I am gonna keep that. These are all of my under eye setting powders. I really don't use this Tarte one. It's a sample. It's gonna go. This was an Ulta mineral setting powder. This is gonna go. I never use it. This setting powder, Mineral Veil from Bare Minerals, is super old. This is gonna go. All right, over here I have some more primers. I do like my Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I'm gonna keep that. I like my Wet n Wild primer. I am gonna keep that. This Hard Candy primer is pretty good, but I never use it, so that's gonna go. Move those over here. This e.l.f. primer I used to use all the time, but it is so old, so that's gonna go. That's gonna go in the trash. This is my e.l.f. Glitter Glue primer. I really do like this. It works really well, so I'm gonna keep that. And then these 2 primers from Maybelline are really nice. I don't find that they're really good for setting your eyeshadow, but if you just want to use them to clean up your eye look, if you have discoloration on your eyes but you don't want to use eyeshadow that day, I feel like these are really nice just to put all over the eye with some mascara, and it just makes you look a little bit more pulled together. So I'm going to hold on to these for now. All right, concealers, time to do some damage. This is the e.l.f. HD Lifting Concealer. I really wanted to like this, but it is too dark. This one is in light, and look how dark that is. So that one needs to go. I do like this Maybelline 24 Hour Stay All Day Concealer, but it's really old, so this one is gonna go. This is my Wet n Wild Coverall Concealer. Like, just old. I am never gonna use that stick concealer. This one is terrible. This is one of the new concealers from Wet n Wild. I wanted to like this. I just don't feel like it conceals anything, so that one is gonna go. This is the Come Correct Celebrity Concealer. I wish Wet n Wild still made this because it is an amazing concealer and it is just phenomenal. I'm almost out of mine, which makes me really sad. I don't use this one. I have it in fair, and then I have it in medium golden. I'm just gonna keep the fair and get rid of the medium golden, but I wish they would come back out with this concealer. It is like a heavy duty, just crazy cover everything concealer, and I really do like that, so I'm gonna keep that. I am gonna keep my Shart Shape Tape. Every time, Shart Shape Tape. That's what this is to me, the Shart Shape Tape. I am a classy bitch. All right. I have my NYX HD concealers. I really like these. These are just super, super old. Super old. I don't reach for them anymore. I do want to repurchase these because I do like them. I had it in the yellow, and then I had it, this one is in, what are you in? Light. I like the one in porcelain better. This yellow one I also liked for underneath my eyes, but it is pretty much done. These I've had for years. These need to be thrown away. I do like my Maybelline Fit Me concealer. This one is in light, which is too dark for me. And then this one is in fair, which I still use that one. So I'm going to keep the fair and get rid of the light. This is the Maybelline Better Skin in Ivory. I like this one. I like that it's got a little bit more neutral. Sometimes I find concealers are either too pale or too pinky or too yellow on me, and I find that that's a good happy medium, so I'm gonna keep that one. This is the Wet Elf Under Eye Conceal and Highlight Stick. I used to use this all the time. I feel like it's a really good concealer and highlighter. I would just mix the white with the concealer. And I felt like it just gave me a really nice under eye color. It's just old and I don't use it anymore, so that's gonna go. This is the e.l.f. or Wet n Wild highlight and concealing pen. This one's almost done. I'm just gonna finish it up. I love this one. I have a backup of it. It's an Ivory Into You. It's got a nice pink kind of illuminating vibe to it, so I really do like that one. I also am gonna go ahead and finish up the Dream Lumi Touch highlighting and concealing. I just like these little pins. I feel like they are really nice for just adding some brightness, some kind of canceling out of under eye discoloration. So I'm going to finish this one up as well. I do have the Wet n Wild Photo Focus concealer. People really love this, but it is too dark for me. It doesn't really work underneath my eyes. Okay, well now it's, ooh, you know what? I'm gonna try it one more time, and if it doesn't work, then we'll get rid of it. I do have my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Again, I love this. It's really beautiful, so I will be keeping that. This is the L'Oreal Visible Lift Blur. I do like this. I like to mix it in with foundations that are a little bit too dark, or maybe a little bit too thick. I feel like it just does a really good job of lightening up the texture and the color of foundation, so I'm going to keep that. This is the Milani Retouch and Erase. People are saying this is kind of like a Shape Tape dupe, or I've heard some people say that. I really like it, so I'm going to hold on to that. I do have this Smashbox Foundation concealer, high definition concealer. This is in the shade medium. This is way too dark for me. I think I'm gonna put this in my kit, but it does not need to stay in my collection. I do have my LA Girl Pro Conceal in Porcelain. It's a very pinky, salmon-y concealer. I feel like it does brighten really well. And then I also have my Pro Concealer in white for when I need to lighten things up. So I am going to keep that as well. I do have my Master Conceal. I have it in light and fair. I do like both of these, but I do not use the light. So I am going to use, well, I do tend to use this a little bit more during summertime. So I'll go ahead and keep both of those. So we got rid of a bunch. We cleaned a bunch out. So now what I'm going to do is just put my brow products in here. I have got my Salon Perfect Universal Brow Defining Powder. I've got my Brow Precise Volumizer from Maybelline. I need to repurchase this. I have my Kiss Top Brow, which I really do like. I like these kind of pomades when they dry out a little bit. I just find them to be easier to use. I do have my Anastasia Dip Brow in dark brown. I have got my NYX Micro Brow. I have got my Great Lash, just clear mascara. I use that as a brow gel. I've got my NYX Wonder Pen. I've got my Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Highlight. This is just a little brush that I use with my Salon Perfect. This is my old e.l.f. powder. This is just absolutely wrecked. This is going. This is just a Profusion No Name highlighter or brow gel. That's gonna go because I have the Maybelline. Then I do have this Better Do It Better. This is a pencil from Wet n Wild. It does have a nice color to it, but I find it to be too emollient and it doesn't stay in place. So I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this. So that drawer looks a whole bunch better. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna take some of these powders I do not like. Well, let's get rid of some. I'm gonna get rid of the Flawless Natural Loose Powder from City Color. This e.l.f. High Definition powder, it's almost gone and I do not use it over my Coty Airspun, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. Sorry, I'm just getting rid of stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move my Coty Airspuns. I have mine in Naturally Neutral and Translucent, and then my Laura Mercier setting powders. I'm gonna put these right up here, so that way I can see them. I know I just went through and decluttered my whole collection, but there is always room for improvement. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep my Wet n Wild primer. I do like that. I do like my Clean Matte. I'm almost done with the One Step Correct, so I am gonna keep that. I'm gonna get rid of the e.l.f. BB cream. I'm gonna get rid of this CoverGirl BB cream. My MAC Prep and Prime, I'm almost done with this, so I'm gonna finish that up. And that's gonna go. My Too Faced Hangover RX, I love this. I'm almost done with this, so I'm just gonna finish that up. I do like my Maybelline Master Primes. Those are really nice. This Shea Moisture one, I do like. I just don't reach for it anymore. I'm gonna see if I can pass that along. My Baby Skin, this is so old, but it's still good. I'm gonna keep that one because, and I need to repurchase it because I love that primer, type of primer with my NARS All Day Luminous Foundation. This little Smashbox primer is done, so this needs to go in an empties video. My L'Oreal Pore Vanisher, I love this stuff, but this is old and it needs to be repurchased if I want to use it. So that needs to go in an empties video as well. I love my Pore Defense Primer Serum from Hard Candy. This is just amazing. It's like one of my favorites, so that's definitely gonna stay. This is one of my favorites, the Optical Illusion Primer from Urban Decay. I also have a travel size sample of this, so I'm gonna keep both of those. I do like the Poreless what am I trying to say? I do like the Poreless Mattifying Primer from Tarte. This is a little sample that I want to finish up. This needs to go over here. These are my more lotiony primers. These are my more kind of pore filling primers. That might change. I might just put them all in one. This is my Hourglass Mineral Veil. I am going to keep that. I'm going to keep my L'Oreal Magic Lumi. And then I have a Becca. This is the Backlight Priming Filter. So I am going to keep those. I'm trying to consolidate some of these drawers. All right, I'm definitely keeping my Healthy Elixir from CoverGirl. It is one of my favorites, so that's gonna go up top. I'm gonna go ahead and keep these two Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundations. I'm not a big fan of the wear time, but I do like the finish, so I'm gonna try them with some different primers. I am gonna keep my Revlon Color Stay and my Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I'm in the shade 110 in this one, and I'm in the shade Snow for the Born This Way foundation. This foundation is one of my favorites. It's the Better Skin. I do have it in Classic Ivory and Porcelain. I like to mix these together when I'm tan, a little bit tanner during the summertime, and I do like mixing these two together. I feel like it just gives me a nice velvety finish, so I'm gonna keep those. I am gonna get rid of the Maybelline Matte and Poreless. I'm gonna get rid of the Super Stay. I was in the shade, what shade was I in this one? Classic Ivory. This one is really good. It's one of my favorites, but I want to repurchase it. It's just a great, reliable foundation for me, but it needs to be, it's just old. It needs to go. This is a color that I got for my kit, so that's going to go in there. I do not like the Infallible Pro Matte. It is just too thick. My skin's too dry. I don't like it. This one's going to go. I am going to get rid of both of these Dream Velvets. They are too thick on my dry skin. These need to go. This is my Revlon Nearly Naked. I love this when it was out. I think these are discontinued now, but it is old and it needs to go, and it's the wrong color. This is my Revlon Color Stay in Nude. This is another great one, but I've got a more appropriate color for me now. This one actually has the pump. This is the pour jar. So this one's old. It's got to go. I am going to part with my Wet n Wild Coverall foundation. I just don't use it anymore. It's too heavy on my skin. I do like it. It's a good like full coverage foundation, but it's just too much for me. The more I proceed on my makeup journey, the more I realize I like lighter, more liquidy foundations. Even when I'm going for a more full coverage, I still want something more liquidy than moussey. This is the W7 HD foundation. This looks like a mask on me. This is the MBA Cosmetics Matte Finish Oil-Free Foundation. This also looks like a mask on me. I really liked this BH Cosmetics. Let me try this one again. This is the BH Cosmetics HD Foundation. I am in the shade 103. I like that it's got a pump on it. But the pump no longer works, and I'm pretty sure this was just... yeah, this was just too cakey on me too. I really wanted to like this because I like BH Cosmetics, but I think this is going to be, that's just going to be too cakey on me. So I'm going to let that one go. My NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. This is almost done, and I will be repurchasing it when it runs out. I am in the shade Mont Blanc. Yep, love it. Naked Skin foundation. This is also one of my like everyday. This one, the weightless, luminous weightless foundation, and the CoverGirl Healthy Elixir are like my go-to foundations. So I don't need all of these. The Naked Skin, I'm in the shade 0.05, sorry, or 0.5. I can't talk. I am going to go ahead and keep these two just because I do use them just for light days. They're pretty much the same thing. I'm just going to keep those. I am going to go ahead and pass on the Dream Smooth Mousse. I used to love this stuff, but as my skin has gotten drier, I can't wear these anymore. This used to be my favorite go-to. This one is in nude, so it's the wrong color anyway, so that one's gonna go. I am going to keep my Hourglass, what is this? This is the Hourglass Vanish Foundation. I am gonna go ahead and keep this. It's not great for long wear, but I do like the finish on it. And it's in Alabaster. These are my Revlon Skin Lights. I am going to keep these. That's going to go in a different drawer. So we did pretty good on foundations. We got rid of like 13 foundations. So let's go ahead. All right, let's go ahead and get through these powders really quick. I am going to keep this Revlon Nearly Naked. It's almost done. I really like this powder. I am going to get rid of my CoverAll powder because the Photo Focus has just replaced it entirely. I love this powder. So that one's going to go. I think I am going to keep the Better Skin. This is just really nice when I want a full coverage powder. I am going to keep my NARS Crystal Powder. That one will be replaced. I am going to keep my Tone Correcting Powder. I am going to keep my Fit Me Powder. This is just one of my favorites. I love it. The e.l.f. Mattifying Powder, I am going to get rid of. It just makes my face look super, super cakey. Not a fan. I do like this Outlast, CoverGirl Outlast All Day Powder. It's a little too heavy for my skin and it's a little too dark. And this is in the shade Fair to Light. So that is too dark for me. But in place of it, I really like this Milani Multitasking Powder. So I will be keeping this. I just really enjoy this powder. I'm going to get rid of this Shea Moisture powder. I just don't use it anymore. So that one's going to go. I am going to keep my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. This is like the third one I've gone through, second or third. So I'm going to go ahead and pan that. The Rimmel Stay Matte. I never use this. That's going to go. My Laura Geller. I'm going to give this one more shot and then it's going. The True Match powder I absolutely adore. It's so good. I'm keeping this. I am keeping my Maleficent Beauty powder just because I like the packaging. And then I am going to keep this Pure powder just again because I like the packaging. So I am going to keep those. So we did get rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 powders. So not too bad. So I'm gonna rearrange this and I'll be right back. All right, guys, so these are the drawers as they stand now. So I can see everything. My brow products aren't in the back. I've got my powders, which I don't use that often, but I do use them. So I did want them where I could see them, but I've really kind of cleaned up everything. Yes, this drawer is excessive, I know, but again, when friends come over, they just come and take eyeshadow primers. So I never have to buy an eyeshadow primer. So I've got my concealers knocked down sufficiently, but I'm really happy with the progress in this drawer. It looks a lot better. And now this is all of my primers. These are not going to stay up, so whatever. Primers, foundations, and powders all in one drawer, where the primers had their own drawer all by themselves, which was slightly ridiculous with the loose primers. I had 2 rows of foundations and then a full row of powders. So these are actually, I made quite a bit of progress, and that's with the backups of the Revlon Nearly Naked powder that I absolutely love, that I got backups with. So lots of room. I've gotten rid of lots of stuff, and I'm just trying to pare down. You know, like I said, I'm never gonna have a minimalist makeup collection. I like mixing things up too much, but I like knowing what's in my collection and really using and utilizing what's in my collection. And I feel like I'm much better at that. As you can see, I've also done my drugstore eyeshadow palette declutter. I got rid of a crap ton of those. And so I hope you enjoyed this declutter video. I now have three empty drawers in my Alex 9 drawer, which I'm really excited about, because I can just use that for storage for other things, whether it be hair products or just whatever, or they can be empty. It's okay for them to be empty, and they're gonna stay empty for a while. So I hope you guys enjoyed this declutter. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.